Eagle Community Television presents Community Connection with your host, Mike Cooper.
Hello and welcome again to Community Connections from Eagle Community Television. Thanks for watching, and thanks to our producer, Jeff Durrell. We are at S&W Supply in Hayes, 300 East 8th, and we're visiting with the Vice President of Sales at S&W Supply, Ryan Bickle. The name Bickle and S&W Supply are synonymous, I think, for many, many years of the company. But Ryan is also coordinator for this first year of S&W Supply and the parent corporation, Warehouse Corporation, and Federated Auto Parts to be involved in the Toys for Tots presentation. And Ryan, I thank you for taking the time. I'll tell you how passionate Ryan is about this particular project here at this first year. When we were setting up the time for us to be able to talk about it, he was willing to come in on his day off if that schedule had to work for the presentation of Toys for Tots. And sure enough, we were able to work it out, and we're very happy that you're a part of it, Ryan. Thank you for visiting with us about it. Talk about Toys for Tots, the involvement of S&W Supply and the parent corporation, Federated Auto Parts.
Well, we are a Federated Auto Parts distributor, have been for many years, and every year we have national meetings somewhere in the country, and this year at the national meetings, Federated decided to kick off corporate sponsorship of the Toys for Tots program. And at that meeting, they presented Toys for Tots with a $65,000 check to start it. And we came back and started talking about it, and we thought, what better program to get involved in? It's something that everybody can relate to, something that we felt is a good cause to give children in need a gift at Christmas. So we put our heads together and got as many locations as we can. We have 38 locations across western Kansas that are collecting toys for us. We're working with the Hill City office, Marine Corps, and they're going to make sure that all of those toys collected stay in western Kansas and are distributed to the kids in need.
38 locations to begin with on the first year of getting involved with this. You must not have had anybody say no, right?
Well, it was, we had a lot of support. We have 8 of our own locations, obviously, across western Kansas, and the other 30 are independents, a lot of them Federated Auto Parts stores that, you know, we service through our warehouse side. We have another one in Hayes. Big D's is also collecting them. We thought Hayes was big enough to have a couple, and we went around, talked about it, and it's something that there's a lot more people than just me that are passionate about it that see the good cause in it.
Well, the Toys for Tots, the Marine Corps Toys for Tots program itself goes back a long way, 65 years now.
1947, yep.
And of course, with the involvement of S&W Supply, that brings it to a local level now, and really does provide a local emphasis to where people can get involved and wondering, well, what can I do and what resources can I use? Talk about the program and how it works. What would you like people to do to help with this project?
Well, it's something that the easiest way to explain it would be to buy a toy that you would buy for a kid in your family. When I first started to kick the program off, it starts a little early and you don't have a lot of things going on. I took my 2 sons, ages 4 and 7, and took them to Walmart and let them pick out the gifts and kind of got them involved with giving and how that works. But it needs to be an unwrapped toy, new unwrapped toy, and the emphasis is kind of from 12 years old down. And I tell everybody whatever they're comfortable with. I like buying for the littler kids personally, and so that's what I did, but it's pretty much open from, you know, newborns up to 12 years old.
You have a 4-year-old and a 7-year-old. Did they have fun looking and deciding? And was it tough to say, well, now this is for another child, not for you?
Well, My 7-year-old understood it when he said, "Dad, is this for the kids that maybe don't have something?" And that's where it was pretty cool. My 4-year-old had a tough time looking at the toy and putting it in the cart and taking it back, but they're starting to get it, and they did have fun with it.
That response of the 7-year-old must have been heartwarming. That
Yes.
must have been really what it was all about, wasn't it, Ryan?
That's what the whole program's about.
So people can still bring those toys. The cutoff deadline, I guess, is what, December 5?
December 5th, basically because they go through the Marines get all the toys back. They segment them out kind of by age group, and then with it going across western Kansas, that way it gives them time to do that. We're accepting toys, and cash donations are welcome. We pass all that on, so anything helps.
And if there was a situation where maybe there wasn't an appropriate toy for certain age groups or something, the cash donations would
Yes.
help to kind of fill that
Yes.
gap then.
Yes, and we've taken some of our cars and marked them way down, like the Federated Auto Parts cars, if somebody comes in and doesn't have anything. But pretty much anything is, like I said.
So you can actually get some of the Federated Auto Parts trucks and cars, and for a donation, you can use that as one of the toys then.
Yeah, we set it up at cost or below to encourage people to donate to the program, and so yes, cash or toys is great.
Well, now what happens at the end of December 5th then after the collection has taken place? What's the process involved then, Ryan?
We're going to transport the toys to Hill City, and hopefully we have a truck full, one of our big trucks, and then the Marines take it over and they divide it out among the areas, and then they distribute.
And everything basically stays in western Kansas, doesn't it?
Yes, yes.
So the goal, while it isn't a monetary goal or necessarily a quantity goal, you're just hoping to fill a big truck.
Yeah, well, like I said, with it being the first year, we didn't know exactly how to prepare, plan, but we just want to help as many children as we can, as many families as we can, and hopefully, like I said, fill a truck.
The involvement of S&W Supply, though, Ryan, really tells a lot about the company to begin with. I mean, when Don and the group, came on board for years and years now, a local business with outreaches across western Kansas now, really has been a community involvement for all those years.
Well, this is another program that's a great way to give back to the community and let the community be involved. There's really nothing other than wanting to help people in doing it.
Well, and when you see the outreach that S&W Supply has with people coming and going, the traffic that you have and so forth, it gives people an opportunity to participate where they might not have a resource. They can bring things in here for any of the other locations around, either Big D's at 1110 East 8th, or perhaps the other locations of S&W Supply.
Yeah, and we do have a Facebook page set up. That's Federated Auto Parts - Toys for Tots, that lists all the locations on there. And we also have, if they go to federatedautoparts.com, there's a link to the Toys for Tots website. Our locations are under the Hill City branch, just because the first year they encouraged us to partner with somebody that's successful in doing it.
You've worked with the Hill City group now. This is the central location of where the actual truck will wind up, right?
Yes.
And then from there, what happens again?
Like I said, the Marines come in, they divide everything out, and then they distribute it through western Kansas, utilizing the Marines in the different areas.
How about the other staff members of S&W Supply? You didn't have any trouble talking the other groups throughout western Kansas into helping out with this. What about in your local area here? How has the staff responded?
We've had a lot of employees go out and do the same thing I did and bring toys in. We have several bags in the back that we have, and and a lot of them are still going to get toys, and we got a great group of employees, and a lot of them have got behind it.
We're just really only seeing a small portion
Yes.
of what's actually been collected
Yes.
in so far.
And they tell us the biggest portion is between now and December 5th after Thanksgiving, so
So there will be more coming then.
we sure hope so.
And anybody can just come in and drop off
You
an
bet.
unwrapped toy. Your age groups, generally something either for boys or girls, up to age 12 then.
Yes, sir.
And they're normally, Ryan, you'd like to have toys rather than clothing or apparel items.
Yeah,
generally.
it's something that, like I said, the kids, when Christmas morning comes around, I think that's the knack behind this is you know, surprising the child on Christmas with a toy.
Well, now you mentioned Federated started this whole thing off with a donation, what was it, $65,000?
Yep. They actually kind of went around the room, and they had kind of an auction thing utilizing manufacturers and distributors. And they had the Marines there, and within a short period of time, they raised $65,000 and presented the check to Toys for Tots.
What a terrific idea. $65,000 for the 65th year
Yeah.
of Toys for Tots. That's
Exactly.
a good goal to aspire to for sure. But it wouldn't have been possible, Ryan, had not Federated Auto Parts signed on to this and utilized all of the resources they had to be able to pull this off.
Well, and Federated has, tons of members across the country, and from talking to headquarters, it sounds like a good portion of, we have 4,000 plus locations across the country, and it sounds like a good portion of those have signed on to be a part of the effort.
Isn't that amazing? The ability of all of those groups, all of those businesses to come together in a central purpose like this, and what a valuable resource this is going to be for young kids on Christmas morning who might not otherwise have something.
Yep, and that's what the whole thing's about, and I think that's why we've had very few people. We haven't really encountered any resistance. Everybody, it's a program everybody can understand, and a gift for a child that otherwise might not get something is pretty cool.
That's really about what the season really comes down to, doesn't it, Ryan?
Exactly.
And not only that, some fun shopping with your 4- and 7-year-old at the same time.
Yep, it's definitely something we're going to keep doing every year.
Ryan Bickle, Vice President of Sales and the coordinator for the S&W Supply and Federated Auto Parts Toys for Tots campaign, the 65th year for the Marine Corps, Toys for Tots. And Ryan, on behalf of us at Eagle, we certainly appreciate the efforts of you, the employees, all of the members of S&W Supply and Federated across Kansas for pulling this off this year.
Well, we appreciate you guys doing this, and the more people we get the word out to, hopefully the more toys we get.
And that's the whole bottom line.
That's right.
Our community connections from S&W Supply, 300 East 8. Thanks again to our producer, Jeff Durall, and thanks for watching Eagle Community Television, our community connected.